Welcome to Watu, a bi-weekly production where we discuss social justice, religion, humanity, and culture. Watu is a Swahili proverb that means a person is people. The proverb is used to remind people the importance of teamwork, because individually we are weak, but together we are strong. Welcome.
Everyone, and thank you. Today we're trying to do this and record like a video. But today we want to talk about the awesome, the amazing Africa.
Oh, yes.
Right? Yes. So, you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so my first question is, how many countries are there in Africa?
We have 54 countries in Africa.
54
beautiful,
very diverse countries. Yes. Very different.
Yeah, so those people that think Africa is like a country, we just want to let them know it is not a country.
You are mistaken.
Yes, it's a continent with a bunch of countries inside.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Actually, 54, that's what we just said, right?
Yeah, 54 countries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, have you ever been asked that by somebody if you're from the country of Africa?
Yes.
I have. And then I was asked, which state am I from?
In Africa?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I was flabbergasted.
Yeah.
That Africa was one country. I was like, And then that whole mistake of, they think that if someone is from, because I'm from Tanzania, and someone else is from like Nigeria or Sudan or something, they'll be like, oh, are you guys related or do you guys know each other? Like, I don't know that person. They're from a different country.
Yeah. Yes, people assume that, like, I'll go back to Africa and they know a family in like Texas. They're like, do you guys see each other?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
And I live in Colorado. Texas is like 12 hours or 13-hour drive to go there, or like 2.5 hours to fly. It's too far. People assume it the same way about America.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and the west coast of Africa is actually closer to New York City than it is to the east coast of Africa.
Yeah.
That's how big it is.
Yes, that's crazy. So is Africa really like what they show us on TV?
No.
No.
You guys have seen like a bunch of stuff on TV.
No.
I'm honestly offended.
Yeah. When we first came, I was like, wow. I was taken back. I was like, what is this? What are they showing? And then they always show that one commercial where they're asking for help or asking to send money or donate money, and that stupid fly is always on somebody's face, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but honestly, no. They portray Africa like we're like the poorest country in the world.
They
like,
show that.
We don't have any resources and all that, but they only capture like a certain part of Africa. And and those places that they do capture, there are people that need help, but that's not all that Africa is. They think that we live in huts. Like,
I've gotten that question so many
buildings,
times.
we have I feel like Africa has evolved so much, but they don't see that. They don't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rent your house or your apartment. We own it.
Yep.
We build it and we own it. It's ours. That's our property. So, and there are gigantic houses. And the way they build it on the inside with the glass and... Man.
Yeah. So they think media is just being biased about Africa? Like,
Yeah.
I think they're very...
Yeah.
They want to keep us poor.
Yeah.
Or looking poor.
I feel like sometimes somebody just visit like one location in Africa and then they make this assumption
Yep.
that the whole Africa is just like that. Oh my God, people are so poor. And that's what they assume.
Yeah, and I feel like that they tend to not realize. Like I was while I was doing some research, I found out that Africa is the second largest country with continent, even within like the population and stuff, next to Asia.
Yeah.
It's the second largest. So they tend to forget that. I mean, we've evolved so much, but they don't see that. They only see one part that they tend to show.
We have like over 60% of the resources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of the resources that they get from us. So
Yeah.
Stealing.
So why do you think they only show the worst about Africa?
hate us.
Yeah.
Look at what Kay wrote.
I think it's it's a lot of mission agencies that are trying to help like those in the village.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to pull at heartstrings or whatever, and that's kind of what gets the flood. You know, nobody ever, it seems, at least the news here in America, we don't see the good things that come out of Africa.
Yeah.
Like 21 years ago when I went the first time, I seriously thought I was going to come back skinny because they didn't have food in Africa, obviously. I was going to come back with a tan because
so
like apparently there's no shelter. And if there is shelter, I'm sleeping in a mud hut. Like that's what I thought Africa was. And then I like landed in Nairobi, which is like
a metropole.
it's a very bustling city, like high rises, and I mean, it blew my mind. Just completely blew my mind.
Yeah. So, do you think like this, the journalists or the media people need to be a little bit educated before they start writing stuff about Africa?
Absolutely. Just like how we were talking about culture sensitivity, like actually knowing about that place that you're trying to, you're trying to reveal to people. Like actually take time to research. Look into that continent, see what's there, or like all of it, instead of before you start portraying it the way you want to portray it. So yeah,
and I think it's becoming a lot more, like people are becoming more aware about it. Yeah, because nowadays I see a whole lot of other videos like, oh my god, 10 facts you didn't know about Africa, or these facts that cool things that you didn't know about, or places you would want to visit, all this other stuff, that stuff was always there. We have evolved a lot in Africa, and we want to show that as well. We don't want to remain as like, oh, it's the poorest continent or this and that. No, we want people to see just how amazing Africa really is.
And it's somebody needs to visit also. You don't just like going on Google and start
don't just go on Google and search up Africa. Of course you're gonna see so
and that's your thought about it. Oh, I researched it on somebody that went over there. That doesn't really, you need to have the first impression of it. And write about it, what you have actually seen. Just like not making up thing,
absolutely.
Yeah. And just one incident, like because you went to that country or a location and it was bad, doesn't mean that the rest of Africa is like that.
Exactly. Yeah. That's true.
There's places in America I've been to, and I was like, is this America?
Oh, like, yeah. I understand that feeling. Well,
Louisiana.
The first time we've ever went to a different state was in Amarillo, Texas.
Yeah,
we went there and we had the worst experience ever. Yeah. And we're like, no, we're never going to travel anymore because that place that we went to was terrible. It was dry.
Offense to Amarillo.
No offense or anything. But it was dry.
Mississippi.
Like, you had to drive
a certain. It doesn't look like America.
I was like, where is everybody? Where is everything? It's like we were alone. Yeah. It was really scary.
So it's the same. It's the same. Like you have to be fair. Like when they talk about America, they just show California, the beach,
New York. Like, oh my God.
How come nobody goes to like Mississippi or Louisiana, some places, and this is how America look like, because it looks crazy. Like
that's true.
So Africa just wants to be people to portray fairly with the rest of the world.
Yeah, definitely.
No being
biased.
Yeah, that's not cool. Yeah.
And I think it's also important, we're putting it all on America to portray us properly, but I think it's also our duty as well as Africans to educate and to help portray our places accurately.
Yes. Yeah. That's better.
Yeah, because like I know, like coming here to America, people always call us like refugees and stuff like that, but we're more than just that. We're not just refugees. We came from this great continent. There was a lot of struggle in it, but there's a lot of beauty in it too. So we're more than just that.
Yeah. So what are some of the amazing things people don't know about Africa?
Oh my God, the food.
The food.
The food.
Yeah.
We don't go hungry, guys. Oh my God, the food is so good. And now there's like a whole trend on TikTok of people like trying fufu and those egusi soup and all those things. Like it was never there. That stuff has been there. It's
for a long time.
Stuff is so good.
I don't like the idea that some white guy goes to Africa and finds a lake and like they said George Livingstone Lake, like he's the one who found it.
Exactly.
That lake has been there even before they went there. How did they
discovered it?
How did you discover something that's already there? We already knew about it. We already named it, and then you came and discovered it.
No.
Isn't that crazy?
Or like Victoria. You know, like dialect our people been using even before they came. Like they didn't discover it. It's been there for years and years and years and generations, you know. But somebody just wants to put a name on it and say he discovered it.
Yeah.
No. He did not discover anything. So you said you're talking about food. What else? What else is like amazing that people don't really realize about Africa?
The animals.
We have like where Tanzania has
like the safaris that you can go
Yeah.
and just like experience it all. It's so beautiful. Like music. Oh
Yeah.
my
Music.
gosh.
Music is awesome.
the different diversity of cultures. Like you never know. You just never know. People can come from the same country, speak sort of the same language with a different dialect, and their culture could be completely different from each other, even though they came from that same place. We're just different people. You
Yeah.
know? You can't treat us the same.
And that's another amazing thing about Africa. Like each and every one of us like speak over 2,000 languages
Yeah.
in different dialects, but you know we still have that compassion and kindness towards one another. Even if we know that we're from, you know, you're from a different country than us, but we still have that love and compassion towards one another. I feel like that's the most beautiful thing, that we're able to get along despite, you know, we're from different places.
Yeah. And somebody asked me one time, do people in Africa, do people have cell phones?
We got cell phones.
Yes, we do. We sure
You
do.
can buy Apple iPhone. Like when they come out here, they come out at the same time there. Like at the
Exactly.
same time. Like,
Yeah.
We
You
have
know?
cell phones.
Yeah, there's technologies.
They've got
you know,
5G.
There's 5G in Africa. You know, there's computers. People use computers just like here. There's like offices, and people use all the technology they use in America. They use it over there.
Yeah, we have it back there.
You know, and-
Universities. We go to school.
Yeah,
We get our degrees.
We have universities,
Yes.
actually. We do.
one of the largest universities actually in Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know where. Mali
One of the
or
largest,
somewhere like that.
oldest ones.
Oldest like mosque. Is it in Mali or something? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Mali.
But
In fact, if you go to Kenya, there's a Kenyan invented the best money transfer app. Like technology. It's called M-Pesa.
Oh, I heard about that.
Like you literally just send money to somebody's phone,
Wow.
and they can just send it anywhere, and it's an instant. It's like you send a text message.
Your phone is your bank.
Yeah,
Wow.
like
We are evolving.
They don't even have it in America yet.
inventors.
They don't even have it
They're
here.
still trying.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been
Inventors.
new ones PayPal isn't that new, but that one even had its own issues. Zelle,
Yeah.
they're coming out with them. But
Cash
even
App.
like 5 years ago, I had somebody who needed some money, and because they weren't involved in these other apps, I had to mail them a check.
Yeah.
But in Kenya, I mean, you can go to the store and pay for
With your
their
phone.
Pesa. Somebody across the country, you can pay in Pesa.
I can send my money to my mom right now, and she gets it right now.
do you have to have M-Pesa to be sent some money? From
Yes, so you have to just get that number, the phone number, with the phone company, and that's it.
I need to get that.
Yeah, and you just transfer money, man, anywhere, you know, all day long, you know.
That's really nice.
You don't need anything. All you need is a cell phone.
See, that's amazing.
It's like you have a credit, but your phone is your credit card.
That's really cool.
But it's secure.
It's very secure.
Yeah.
And so we can't just like assume that Africa is just like this dungeon or something. You know, like people are dumb. They're
Or
you know,
diverse.
Yeah.
We don't know anything. Just because we don't know English doesn't mean we don't know anything. There are a lot of people that come here and have degrees in, like, they were doctors back home,
Yeah.
lawyers. They did like research on things.
Yeah.
They did things. But when they come over here, that's something I don't like, is they get deemed down to, like, because they don't know English, they suddenly don't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not right.
Yeah.
I've seen like doctors have to go to English classes and they can't even use their degrees.
Yeah.
What they know
even
best.
if they do know English, they still have to start over just because the degree that they had it was
It's from another place.
Do you think they do those like people from France or like Germany when they come here? They have to like treat them like that, like
I
your
don't
degree
know.
sucks, or you're not smart,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think that.
or you have to take English as your second language. No, it's not my second language. I speak 3 already.
Yeah, I speak 5. Yeah, just give me something with that specific language, and I'll get it done. I'll get it done just as good as anybody else.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, how do Africans, like in general, express culture?
It's in everything we are and do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's in everything that we do. It's through like our music, our food, our clothing, the way we do our hair. Yeah. Like it's in everything that we are. Like we are Africa.
The way we speak, the way we show expressions. I know. but Babembe, like they are so loud and so expressive, and then you go to Kenya and they're so smart
and very quiet sometimes. Yeah. So it's in everything.
And the Tanzanians are the way they talk.
Very nice people.
Swahili is so specific.
Yeah.
So.
And I think also Africans express culture in art and craft, like that one over there.
Yeah.
You know, they make their own paint things and dresses and clothing and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's all those designs, like the specific African designs. You know,
beads, there's a lot of stuff.
Storytelling.
Yeah.
You know, even the way they talk is just stories. Mm-hmm. If you don't pay attention, like, what is it trying to say?
Yeah, that's true. Usually, like proverbs, passing down our traditions to the younger generation. That's a whole thing.
I know something that I really appreciated, and I don't know. I don't think Christina remembers this because she was a lot younger than I was. But when Grandpa was still alive, we would have those times when it was like midnight. We would all go outside, just sit like under the stars, and he would just talk.
Tell stories.
Time. And he would tell stories about back in the day, how he met Grandma, like how his father was, how he like grew up and all that, how he found Christ. So like all those stories I really appreciated, and it's just like being together and stuff like that, and just listening to him talk. Like I missed that the most, and I found that was like the best thing ever. You know, and that kept us like knowing like not only like our tradition, but like
the family.
Well. The family as well. So that was really nice.
That's awesome. So what is communication like among Africans?
Hostile.
You just said they have respect for each other.
Yeah. They do.
I think, we respect elders.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the most biggest and more I like. It's something that sometimes I don't understand it, but I really like that we do that. I like how we greet each other with respect, even though we don't really know that person. But like coming into the house and greeting everybody in the house and making sure that we acknowledge everybody that's there, especially those that are older than us. Is very, very important, and I think that's a really cool thing.
And why I said hostile is like some people might think that hostile. Like Christina was saying that we sometimes like do talk very loud, and if you don't know our culture or our tradition, if you come mid conversation and you start hearing us talk and we're so loud, you'll think that we're yelling at each other.
Come to one of those African parties,
but we're actually just talking about a story. You know, we're just talking about our day, and we're not really we're not yelling at each other.
I know, we always just be shouting. Come to an African party and go to the kitchen.
And you shall
leave the guys out at the table, but go to the kitchen. Those where the ladies are.
It's so loud. You bust out your eardrum, honestly. It's crazy.
I know, we're always like, when we know someone is from where we're from,
we
get excited.
It's the most amazing thing. It's like, oh, you're from, because I was at my college at Pikes Peak. I met like 3 people from Kenya. And once we found out, and we were in the same anatomy class, and once we found out, we were like, oh my God. I'm like, that's that. Like, oh my God. I love it when I meet somebody that can speak my language and that I can be comfortable with, because then it brings back so much memories, and then I don't feel like I'm in a foreign place. Because sometimes you just sit and you think and you're like, oh, geez, you know, I can't even really express myself to this person because they don't understand the way that I express myself. But when you see a fellow African, no matter where they're from, so cool. Immediately
you feel at home.
You're like,
That's my brother.
You know
my
it?
brother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We used to help each other out, and then like speaking Swahili and what was it? Microbiology.
Yeah.
Hii inafanya nini? Shoot, I miss those girls.
Like I remember we were talking to Pastor one time, and we were talking about how difficult it is to make friends here. Like people are so isolated. And Pastor was saying like in Africa, in a day you can make like 10 friends.
That's true.
Like in America, it could be 40 and you only have one friend.
I still don't even have that one friend who's American.
Oh yeah. I really don't.
We're family.
I think I had one. No, it's just family. Yeah, I think it was like in 6th grade.
Yeah.
When I had like an American friend.
I didn't even have that.
6th grade.
I was alone.
Yeah.
6th grade. Sarah. Shout out to Sarah if she's watching.
Yeah.
But Sarah.
Yeah.
And the rest have been from like different places in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
Right?
that's one cool thing about Africa. You know, people connect easily. Like it's not transactional.
No.
Like you have to
And
do
it's
this.
not forced or anything.
It's
like
not
that.
forced. You just meet somebody from Africa. We're brothers. You know.
And then you
brother.
find yourself talking for a long time.
Yeah.
With them.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
was
even
just
realize.
stand in the corner. I met somebody I was walking back from somewhere.
Yeah.
And we were at a park, and we just literally stood there, and because he spoke Swahili, and I was like,
Yeah.
we just stood there talking about random stuff. I'm like, oh my God, where are you going? And we completely forgot where we were going.
That's crazy. I was in New York, and my Uber driver was from Egypt, and we became friends. You know, it's crazy. Like we just talked. We still text.
Oh, that's so nice.
You know, and he was so cool. So I just had his number. So when I needed to go somewhere, I just text him, and he'll come pick me up. I'm like, I'm gonna give my money to anybody else. This is my brother. You know,
Yeah. Nice.
So,
And we stick out for each other. I know that there's a lot of communities now in different places where there's Africans, and they've started a lot of the youth have started fashions where they create clothes, and other Africans promote that for them. We've started where in youth groups in our churches. I know I was connected to one youth group in a different state, another church in a different state, and you could help each other out, and that's what it's about, forming these youth groups, and then tunafanya mchango, we give money, and then we help the other person, whoever is getting married, whoever is doing something with their business or anything like that. There's been a lot of YouTubers, African YouTubers here in the States that have started YouTube, just trying to educate other people, educate other Africans so that we could all survive here. And it's just that mentality of helping each other out, because we know we're on foreign soil,
it's hard.
We gotta rise
Help
up.
each other out. Yeah.
So what is family structure like in Africa?
It's very together.
Too much together
sometimes.
Nice.
But it's very much together. You always know where the other person is. I feel like, or you always have to let somebody know where you are. So it's very much together. It's very much traditional.
Yeah,
it's the best way I can explain it. Yeah,
it's very traditional, and we're all we keep it in the family,
within the family.
Yeah. So if something goes wrong, the whole family is coming for a meeting, and then we sort it out. Yeah. We're much like that, because when we came to the States and we saw I didn't know about nursing homes and elderly people going to these living. I was like, that's different. We keep those people at home, because they know everything about tradition, and they know everything that we need to know, that we need to pass on to other generations, so that our culture doesn't get lost. Yeah. Especially here, where we want to get ingrained in this culture, because this is where we are now, and this is what we call home. But we don't want to forget our home. Yeah. So we keep people at home.
I think in America they take older people, older family at home when they can't take care of them, because the family feel like it's so much work for them.
Yeah, but we look at it as that person gave birth to you,
to that person,
gave life to you. So they spend most of their life raising you. So now it's time for you to do the same for them.
Raise them.
So it's looked on as almost like an abomination if you put your mother or your father in a nursing home for us. Yeah. So it just doesn't seem right. Like, it would also bring shame to your family if they ever find out that, you know, you put your mother in a home, because you're expected to take care of your mother because she took care of you. So,
or because you're closer together and everybody's there, it doesn't feel like so much work.
It doesn't, because somebody's always there.
Like so many people.
Yeah. And I think that's why we have like so many kids. Yeah, so many kids because somebody's gotta take it. Later on.
So one person gets tired. It's time for you to go there for like a couple of weeks, and then, you know,
like you have to have at least 10 kids because you need one that's gonna, you know, care enough to come back and take care of you.
Yeah.
And I also think I feel like the people, we're so united like that and support each other, you know, emotionally and even economically. People support each other that way.
Yeah,
like Christina was saying, like, you know, if there's a problem in the family, they all gather together and, you know, they do fundraising and take care of their need together. Yeah. You know. So it's very, very important. So family is very important to Africans.
Very important.
Yeah. So what are some of the common foods in Africa?
So to list.
Tuna mengi. We have many. We have many food. There's this, like Christina was talking about, there's this one, it's called fufu, but in our language, in our dialect, we will call it ugali. There's kisamfu, which has to go with ugali. It's so delicious.
And then you have to
prepare it.
You have to have it together. You have to have it together, and you have to eat it right. Not this trend on Facebook and YouTube, what is it? TikTok, where they're picking at it like they don't even know.
Yeah, you have to treat it right. You have to
take
be
it.
in there.
Take it.
But yeah, there's that. There's marage. There's oh my gosh, mandazi, sambusa.
Yeah.
But you call it samosa.
Samosa.
We call it
Some people call it
samosa.
Yeah.
The goat meat, you know.
Goat meat.
Nyama choma.
Soup, nyama choma, na soup na pilipili.
Oh, kachumbari.
Chapati.
Chapati and tea.
Yeah. Right here.
Oh my god.
I'm actually
We're drinking tea right now.
Yeah.
Tea is in everyday
Oh my
thing.
god, chapati and tea in the morning. And you can sometimes I can go to sleep with just chapati and tea.
Chapati and tea.
Oh
the whole day.
The whole day.
Chapati and tea.
The one thing I like about the African food is natural. Like, when I moved here, it was hard for me because I still wonder how can food last for 6 months.
It's like a
seriously
phenomenon.
Like this thing can last for like a year, and I'm like,
yeah. If you need rice, you go to the rice grower and pick a bag of rice. If you need tomatoes, you go to the tomato garden. And
fresh every day
from
the farm.
If you need a chicken, you go buy a chicken.
That day.
Kill that chicken.
A live chicken, you kill it and cook it.
Exactly. Yeah. And we were so lucky that Grandma was such an agricultural person.
Yeah.
Like she loved planting and gardening, all that stuff. Yeah. She had like a really big acre of a field that she had like all types of.
And that's where we had to. The moms had to wake up at dawn to go pick out food.
Yeah, and it was like a long way, but every morning they would wake up early in the morning to go pick vegetables and all that stuff, and just work on the field, like potatoes. Oh my gosh, potatoes!
And then I think if I remember this, Grandma used to grab the fish and then she would cut them up and then like salt them and dry them herself and then sell them to other people. So it's everything is natural. I remember when I came here, I threw up. I was not feeling good at all. Even just eating the banana, I was like,
it's so
this is making me nauseous. Nauseous. They had like some kind of soup. They had hamburger. I was like, oh God. I felt like, how are we gonna live here? I can't even eat any of this stuff. I can't eat it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I sometimes like you go like the grocery store and there's like stuff in the containers and like you look expiration date next year, and that's food. Like I was used like if you don't cook it today, tomorrow it go bad, and this food can last like a year long. Like and you can still eat it and it's okay.
So weird.
Yeah, it's so weird, man.
But in Africa, you pick what you need for that day, you cook it, and it's done.
The trees is out there. The mango tree is out there. You want bananas out there. Yeah. I mean, we had right in front of our house.
Yeah, we had a mango tree right in front of our house, and it was glorious.
Yeah.
And everything that you eat is like fresh. Yeah, and it's well seasoned.
Yeah.
It's cooked all the way.
Mother
There's
Nature
no
provides.
medium rare, medium whatever. No, it's cooked.
Also because there are different seasons. Like, so when corn is harvested, there's a drying process to keep the kernels fresh for until the next season. You know, so there is like that type of stable shelf type of thing, but there's no like preservatives added or anything like that.
Nothing to keep it for the next year.
Do you think about the reason why they have all this like foods that can last forever is people are scared here that they might lose food? Is there like security? They think it's
food security, maybe.
You think? No.
Maybe that's
Is
true.
that why the
I think
GMOs
so.
and
Yeah.
all that nasty stuff?
Yeah.
No, a tomato should not be that size. We all know that.
Yeah, especially in a season where it's not
That
supposed to
ripe
be.
color, it looks like too perfect. We all know that.
Yeah.
That's not
There's
correct.
that tomato that looks perfect. Or they all look the same. And like they all look even. You know?
Picture there.
I actually, when I moved here, I was shocked to see white eggs. I had never seen white eggs.
What eggs?
Yeah, they're usually
White.
brown.
Like white eggs?
White,
Oh.
like the eggs, the white
Yeah.
eggs, and then they put
I was like-
brand on top.
When I went to the grocery store with her and I'm like, there's white eggs? I had never seen
There are
them.
chickens that lay white eggs, but they're not that white. Like they
Yeah,
grind
that one is
They're
too
off
white.
white. At least off
Too
white.
white.
Yeah.
But those ones are like this white. Like white. I was
What
like,
are we doing to those eggs?
I don't know.
our culture doesn't like the imperfections in food. Like we don't trust it because we're so used to buying at the grocery store instead of like from the natural product. So they like put things on tomatoes to make them look more red, so we trust it more. Or you know, like there's so much food waste that happens here in America because of like a little bruise or something like that can't be sold to the markets because somebody won't buy it because it's bruised.
Oh my gosh.
It's how nature makes things. Like you can't make it perfect. Like in nature, everything is gonna have something different.
Yes.
You know.
Like there's actual chickens that lay. They call them like Easter eggs because there's like they're
Colored.
light green and light blue. And,
Yeah. Kabisa, it's just too much.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they have to like get a banana that's perfect. Have to
But
get
doesn't that
cucumbers
make,
that are
that makes you
perfect.
sick? I'm sure that makes
And then they're like the cucumbers are like they
and then they have
put wax on it. Like what do you put on the cucumbers? Like
it was an apple.
they
that
make it
was
more
wax.
shiny and
I
so.
found that on
Wax, that
TikTok.
shiny
That's why you have
stuff.
to like rub the
you
end of
have
it.
to really clean it. Why do we need products to clean food? Why? That's so astounding.
Found
When
that
I
out
saw
too,
that, I was
right?
like, why? There's bugs in it. Why? Why do we need different products just to clean our food?
Yeah.
Why do
Well, we
there
also,
no
like,
need to be
we ship
anything
it
on our
across the
food?
country, and then it sits on a shelf for somebody to buy. So we need it to last a little bit longer.
Jamani was tough
So the
because
wax like keeps it.
Kama inaribika kabisa.
in Africa, you just go to the tree, you peel it, you right there and then you
Yeah.
eat it, you know. It's fresh.
In my garden back here, and I never grow cucumbers, just pick it, and it's not waxy like that.
No, no, pull out
Yeah.
what you just eat
Yeah.
it right then and
Oh,
there.
it's like this one is
Thank
too
God.
shiny.
So the tomatoes like that, you just eat it.
It doesn't
You know?
make sense.
But you can't do that here. You don't know what they put on it. Usually they do it on cucumbers and apples.
Yes, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wash your fruits, guys.
Yes.
Wash
Don't
your,
eat
wash
it.
your lettuce.
Yeah.
Yes, wash your lettuce.
Don't just eat it like that. Don't trust this.
Wash
people
your
that-
meat. I thought some people don't even wash.
To wash your meat.
You can wash everything.
Wash everything.
Yeah, but in Africa, like you know where your meat came from because it was.
Butcher
went
that
out
there.
there. You went out there.
Right
You watched
there.
them cut it. You negotiated.
Yeah.
You saw, no, I want this piece cut off this piece.
Yeah.
I don't want hair on this piece. Cut it off. Do this. You watch the process going on. You know what they fed that. You know what's going on there. So you get
Yeah.
it, you know?
It's so weird.
Like
so
that
weird.
goat has been eating healthy food because there's no
You've been
manufactured
feeding
anything.
it.
Yeah.
You've been feeding it.
Yeah.
And you get your own goat. You get your own goat.
Yep. And eat it.
Yeah.
So would you guys recommend to a friend to visit, make a vacation in Africa?
Absolutely.
I always do.
Yes, please do.
I always do. Go to Tanzania, go
Yeah.
to Nigeria,
Go to Morocco.
go to South Africa, go
Egypt.
to
Yeah.
Egypt,
Somalia.
to
Oh my
Gambia,
gosh.
go to
Yeah.
Kenya. Yes.
Kenya, go to Kenya, go to Kenya.
South Africa. Go to as many as you can. Just like Uncle Julius was talking about, like just because you had a bad experience at one place doesn't mean like all the places are like that. Like explore Africa. There's so much to explore. There's so much to
much to
experience.
know.
There's so much beauty in each and every like continent, like each and every country in that continent. Like there's so many things to explore. So just go.
Yeah, don't just look at the bad. I mean, there's bad things in everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. We named all the good things because we want you to understand that there are good things about Africa. You know, there's not the money picking or stealing or this and this or 401k, whatever was that thing in Nigeria. Yeah, I think it's scamming in Nigeria or whatever. There are some bad things about everywhere, even here, like the GMOs in food. There are bad things about everything. Yeah, but you have to try and educate yourself. You have to try to just experience it. Try something new and see how it is before you even talk about it or say like put a mindset on it or whatever.
Yeah, and please get over this mindset of like we are just poor and whatever you see on TV,
take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, take it with a grain of salt, and just don't think that that's what Africa is. Actually, do research, and if you can, go there. Go there.
Visit.
You won't regret it.
Visit.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, nature alone. You've got mountains, you've got jungles, you've got desert, you've got the coast. Like, oh my
We
goodness,
got it
The biggest desert in the world is in Africa. Go visit. There's safaris for the most animals.
like like in Mombasa, like that blue green water that you can go like in 100 feet out, you can still see the floor like clearly.
Yeah.
You know, you see all the fish and the big old turtles.
Kilimanjaro.
Oh yeah.
Go climb up there. You know, be careful still, but go climb up there. Go to the ocean in Tanzania.
There's a lot to see in Africa. There's a lot. It's a good place for vacation.
It is.
It truly is
the best.
You don't have to go to Italy and Mexico.
I mean,
Cancun.
those places are fine. They're very good too. They're amazing. But you know,
anybody in this country should visit other countries. Like that's just
absolutely, yeah.
We need to explore.
Yeah, but people get a little scared because of like, oh, it's Africa. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, they think it's
I don't want to see all those
rebels
poor
are going to
kids.
shoot at me. Oh my God! All these
I've heard
kids.
some
I'm gonna have to take money.
about Korea and China, but I still want to go visit because I like the food and stuff like that. I would want to go visit. I have a friend in Korea that I want to go visit, so I still want to go there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Why you don't want to be eaten by lions and there's elephants and
be careful at night.
You go and then you're not careful. If that's what you think that's gonna happen to you, you're not careful. Okay, just try it. Go ahead, go visit.
Awesome, and thank you guys. I'm glad that you guys can talk about this and try to educate other people. And you know, if you watch that video, please go. Visit Africa.
Come to Africa.
There's a lot of cool things to see. There's a lot of. It's not what you see on news all the time.
No, it's not. It's true.
You know, there's a lot of bad things here too. Just like every. That's how people. That's how everything is. You know, that's how things are. You know, but that doesn't mean you can't visit there.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna get robbed, or you're gonna get killed, or something stuff like that. You know, there's dangerous places you don't have to go, but there's good places you can go.
Absolutely.
Just like here.
Yeah, there's people in Africa that don't want to come to America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people there that do not want to come here. And there are people that have come here, like the students from South Africa that came here to help or to do the job. Yeah. Some of them people have voiced out that they don't like it here. Yeah. They don't like this place is not fun at all. You guys don't do anything at all. You know, there are people that come here, like our people, and they're like, they are afraid of the way that we celebrate Christmas and the way we celebrate New Year's. They're like, you guys don't do anything. This place, the whole country is quiet. There's like nobody's making noise. It's like somebody died. Like there's no celebration because it's back home. When it's Christmas, people are outside. You're not inside. You're outside. You go to church. You're outside. You're celebrating. You're cooking out. Everybody's together.
It's party.
It's a party. Up to Christmas, it's a party, and then New Year, it's a whole different party. Goodness. You know, so you know, it goes both ways.
So Africans are amazing, guys. You know, African is so much to see in Africa. You know, despite all the stuff that we get shown on TV and stuff, just go see it yourself, firsthand.
Yep.
That's how you learn.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys for sharing that, and hope somebody will be excited to take a trip to Africa.
Absolutely.
Yes. Awesome.
Tell us about it if you do go.
Yes.
Or tell us what you learned if you did already go.
Yeah, if you've already been to Africa, comment in them to Watu and just let us know.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear it.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. You've been listening to the Watu podcast. We hope you enjoyed listening to our show. Don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification button so you get notified when you upload a new episode. You can also listen to all our episodes at mtuniwatu.com or your favorite podcast app. Follow us also on Facebook and Instagram. And thank you very much.
Wayfair's Labor Day clearance is back. Now through September 3rd, score up to 70% off everything home. Plus, end summer with can't-miss surprise flash deals. Because at Wayfair, new season means new savings. Like up to 70% off rugs, up to 50% off bedroom furniture, up to 60% off kitchen essentials, and up to 50% off dining furniture. All with fast shipping right to your doorstep. Shop Wayfair's Labor Day clearance now through September 3rd for up to 70% off.
Wayfair, every style, every home.